Hi everyone, welcome back to Mark's Cuisine. Today I'm going to do a famous recipe that I was famous for many years ago up in North Queensland, the Mexican bean enchilada. Now this is one delicious, even the meat lovers will love this. It has great flavours, so let's go and do this Mexican bean enchilada. Now here's our ingredients for my famous Mexican bean enchiladas, and I've obviously got some refried beans here. These are kidney beans, but you could use borlotti. And I've got some finely chopped diced celery, one finely diced carrot, some tomato paste, some finely diced chili and garlic. I've got 1 teaspoon of dried oregano and cumin powder. I've got 2 tins of Italian tomatoes, 1 large onion, red onion that's finely chopped, a tablespoon of sugar, and some flour tortillas which I've just made, but you can get that recipe if you want to make them yourself from the link that I'll post here, or you can buy them of course. And for the full ingredient list and recipe, check the link in the description box below. So the first step we're going to do is make the Mexican tomato sauce, and they've got some unique flavors rather than an Italian tomato sauce. And I've got the garlic and chili, and you could leave the chili out of course because you know, if you want it mild you can either put a little bit in. I've got a lot of chili because I really like chili, and I'm just going to fry those up for a little bit, and I'm going to add my whole red onion. Now I'm going to make about a dozen enchiladas, so you could cut this recipe in half, and I'm just going to add my teaspoon of cumin powder, my teaspoon of dried oregano, however you pronounce it, and a tablespoon of sugar. Now we're just going to mix that all together and just bring these flavours together. So these onions and garlic and chilies etc. are all this has been on for about three minutes, and it's just the onions are just starting to go translucent now, and all those flavours are combined. You can really smell this intense flavour, and I'm just going to add my 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, and I'll mix that through. I fry off this tomato paste just a little bit, and what that does, when you fry off the tomato paste first before you put your tomatoes in, this will just take a bit of the tartness out of the flavour of the tomato paste. And I'm just going to add my 2 tins of Italian tomatoes, and they're just whole tomatoes, and I'll just mix those through, and I'm going to add about a good teaspoon of salt there. I'm just going to add 1 can that I use for the tomatoes of water. I'll bring it up to a simmer and turn it down and let that cook for about an hour, and then I'll put the whiz through it, and that will be our Mexican tomato sauce. So I've just taken the tomato sauce off the stove and I've given it a whiz so it's nice and smooth, and we're now going to make our bean mix. And the first thing I'm going to add to our beans, and I've got about probably 3 cans of beans here, but I've made these myself, and that was just soaking them in water overnight, and I've just added a half a cup of cheese, Parmesan cheese by the way, and I'm just going to add some finely diced carrot, 1 finely diced carrot, and 1 stalk of celery that I've finely diced, and this gives it a nice little bit of crunch in the enchilada as well. And I'm just going to get 2 ladles full of that, and you can taste this for saltiness, but I'm pretty certain mine is just right, so always give it a taste. If you haven't yet, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm just going, with a bit of olive oil, just going to grease the sides and the bottom of this baking dish just so that our enchiladas don't stick. And the first step is you want to get some sauce and place some sauce on the bottom of the tray, and we're just going to get an enchilada, and you do this with all your enchiladas, and you just take that and just dip it on both sides on the tortilla, and I'm just going to get about 2 spoonfuls of the bean mix, and this is how simple it is. So now that I've made all my enchiladas, and I've just put some extra sauce over the top of these enchiladas, and I'm just going to top this off with some Parmesan cheese, and I'll sprinkle that all over them. So here we have our Mexican bean enchiladas, and they smell and absolutely look fantastic, and I can't wait to get stuck into one of these bad boys. So if you have any questions or comments, use the comments box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be able to see all the new recipes when they're released. And to find out even more, visit my website. And also you can register for a free online cooking class there. And visit me on Facebook and Google+, and check out all my other great recipes on my channel.